So today we are going to get started with an upper body workout. So it's going to be a basic workout for beginners. It'll be about 15 minutes. So if you want a little extra, you can always repeat it once we're done. It doesn't include a warm up or a cool down. So if you want to go ahead and get that started before you get to the workout, you're welcome to do that. And when you're ready, hit play and we can begin. So we're going to start with an upper body to workout. Today we have 8 exercises. So I have 10s and 8s for myself, so pick what feels comfortable for you. So we're going to do 10 reps of each exercise twice. So when you're ready, we're going to start with those wide bicep curls, adding that rotation. So here, all we're going to do is start with those biceps in front, like you're almost serving a platter, keeping those elbows in nice and close. Rotate out and up, back down and in. That's 1. Out and up, down and in. 2. Good job. Here we go. 3, 4, and 5. We're halfway there. 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9 and 10. Take that quick break. If it feels too easy, go up on those weights. If it feels too hard, go down on those weights. Or you're always welcome as an option. You don't have to use the weights if it feels like it's too much for you, okay? So in about 10 seconds or so, we'll go into that second set, and we're getting right back into it. So get yourself set up, get ready, make sure when you're doing this, you're not holding that breath. Okay, here we go. And make sure that you're not gripping those weights, okay? Good. That's 2. And 4. 6. Good. 8. 2 more. 9 and 10. Good job. Take that break. Now, if you want to, you can use double up on the weights. We're going to go into an overhead bicep press, pressing up here. So from the side here, you can keep a slight bend in those knees, keeping those elbows in nice and close to the body, pressing up and squeezing those triceps at the top of that movement, okay? All right, when you get ready, we're going for 10. Here we go. And squeezing at the top. 10. Elbows in nice and close. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more here, and 10. Good job. Take that break. We're going into that second set. Making sure that you're keeping that core nice and tight, not holding that breath, slight bend in those knees, and making sure that those elbows stay close into the sides of the head. And then when you're up at the top of that movement, squeezing those triceps, okay? All right, get ready. Here we go for that second set here. Elbows in, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Take that break. And we're going to go to our next set here. You can shake that out a little bit if you need to. And now we're going to go in and we're going to work those shoulders, okay? So from here, grabbing that one move, do 2. Switch over and do 2. We're going to go into that lateral press here. So those arms are going to come out at the sides, keeping a slight bend in those elbows, lowering back down to the ground, okay? Or to the sides. All right, for 10. Here you go when you're ready. 3, 2, and let's go. 1, and in. Good. Up to shoulder height. 2, 3, and 4, 5. Good job. 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Take that break, shake it out, round those shoulders. Now, if this area is too tough, you can always lift one at a time, but just remember that's one. So you have to do 2 to equal 1, okay? So that's always an option for you if it feels like it's too much. All right, taking that deep breath. Let's get ready to set up for that second set. Remember, taking those arms to shoulder height, keeping a slight bend in those elbows. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Good job. Take that break. Now, I'm going to switch because we're getting ready to do a bent over row. And I just like a little heavier. So you can stay where you are if you need to, or you can grab heavier weights. So I'm going to turn to the side so you'll see how it looks from here. Bending those knees. We're going to hinge at the hips, pushing that butt towards the back of the room. And those elbows are going to be right out in front of those arms out in front. Extend, keeping that back nice and flat. That head is going to be facing down towards the floor. Eyes are also towards the floor. Now we're going to squeeze into the back, holding for 1 second, and release. Squeeze and release. Okay, that's your setup. Get ready in 3, 2, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're squeezing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Taking that break. Now, at any time during that exercise, if you need to look up to see how it looks, how your form looks, you can do that. Take a look at me. See how it looks, making sure your back is flat, knees are bent. But once you look, make sure you put those eyes, head back in that neutral position, facing down towards the floor to protect that neck, okay? All right, let's set up for that second set. I'll turn to the side for this one. In 3, 2, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Good job. Take that break. Shake it out. So we're halfway through the workout. We have 4 more exercises. Next, we're going into hammer curls. So you can double, or once again, if you need to alternate, that's 1, doing 2 reps, okay? All right, when you're ready in 3, 2, and here we go. Working those biceps again. Nice, slow and control. That's 3. 5 there. Good job. 2 more. 9 and 10. Good job. So making sure you're taking that break, roll those shoulders out, that you're not swinging the weights, okay? If you're here, the weights are too heavy. Should be nice, slow, controlled movements up and down, okay? All right, let's get ready for that second set. In 3, 2, and nice, slow and controlled movements here. Making those biceps work. You got this. You're halfway. Good. Last. And 9 and 10. Good job. Take that break. Shake it out. All right. We're going back now to work the triceps. We just worked the front of the arms. So now we're going to work the back of the arms, which is a very hard area for ladies to talk. So those triceps, we're going to kick back. So once again, I'll show you from the side. Once again, knees are bent. Push that butt towards the back of the room. And we're going to just press back for 10, keeping those arms nice and straight. So keep that contraction on the tricep, okay? So we're just going to push back up and squeeze and release. Okay, get ready. In 3, 2, and here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Take that break. Remember, making sure that you're squeezing at the top of that movement so that you're really working into that tricep, okay? And the same thing applies here. If you need to look up at me, take a look, see how the form looks, and then go back into the movement, keeping that head in alignment, those eyes all in a neutral position. All right, let's get ready for round 2. Here we go. Bend those knees, keeping that back nice and straight. Eyes, neck, neutral position, facing down. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Shake it out. All right, we're going back to those shoulders. You only need one weight for this one. Last time we went out to the sides for a lateral raise. This time we're going to do a front raise, okay? So we're going up and then taking those arms back down into that neutral position. Or you can use 2 weights if you want to. Same concept over here, up and down. Keeping those weights at shoulder height. We're going for 10 in 3, 2, and here we go. Keeping those arms shoulder height and down. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Halfway. 8, 9. Last one here, and 10. Good job. Shake those shoulders out. We're going to repeat one more time. After that, one more exercise, and we are done. All right. Take that break. Have that breath. Nice big inhale, and then exhale it out. All right, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Nice slow and controlled movements. 4, 3, 2, and last one here. Good. Take that break. Shake it out. Okay, the last one we're going to do here, we're going to work the back. So last time we did a double arm row. This time we're going to do a reverse fly. So I'll put these weights to the side. So just imagine that you're going to hug a tree. So you're going to, once again, keep a slight bend in those elbows. Bend those knees. Once again, hinging at the hips. That neck stays in a nice alignment, neutral here. Those arms, once again, extended out in front. And you're going to take those arms out, keeping those elbows kind of slightly bent, and then bringing them back down to that starting position. Okay, when you're ready, here we go, working into that back. Squeeze into the shoulder blades like you have a penny in those shoulder blades, okay? And you're trying to squeeze it into place. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Take that break. One more, and we're done. Just shake it out, move around a little bit. Get ready. We're going to repeat for that last 10 reps. And you got this. Once again, core nice and tight. Keep that back flat. Eyes down facing towards the floor. Neck in neutral alignment, okay? Hinge at the hips. Pushing that butt towards the back of the room. Knees are bent. Here we go. 3, 2, and here we go. And 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one here, and 1. Good job. Drop those weights. All right, I hope you feel good. That was your upper body workout. If you need a little bit extra, you can always repeat this workout again. To give you a little bit of extra, make sure you comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you right here at Evolve Fitness for our next great workout. Have a good one, guys. Bye.